Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Choice to Change TV. And in today's video, I want to talk about the gut health and how to improve it. So as we know, our bodies are temples and we want to do whatever we can or learn as much as we possibly can to make sure that we're doing the right things that is going to serve our body so we can continue to do the great work that we're called to do. And also we want to continue to educate ourselves to do things differently. So stay tuned for the rest of the video to hear some of my tips and just some strategies that I've implemented. I'm a person who has dealt with gut issues for many years, and I truly believe that because I chose to educate myself and not listen to necessarily to conform to what doctors were saying to me, but I learned that food was really the key, and learning how to eat better and how to treat my body better has really allowed me to get over that hump. I know so many people struggle with digestive issues. This is a huge problem. So there's a lot of things that you can do by taking the initiative for yourself to make sure that you can live better and feel better. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. So as a disclaimer, I have to say this, that I'm not a medical doctor, or am I giving you medical advice. This is things that I have used that has helped me and that I have used as a sports nutritionist, but by no means am I trying to tell you what you should do, but I just want to share with you this information because I know so many people struggle with gut health, and I'm not saying to you that this may work for you because it worked for me, but this is more information that you had than you had probably yesterday that you probably can take and implement and put in your arsenal so you can make better decisions for yourself. So I just want to say that a large part of the immune system is in the gut. Now, if you are having gut issues, it could be an underlying cause for some of the other medical conditions that you may be having. It may not be the only cause, but it could be an underlying cause for some of the issues that you may be having. So really making sure that your gut is optimized as much as possible really will be helpful in terms of your overall health. So if you find yourself getting sick quite often and you're having brain fog, trouble focusing, it may be that your gut health may be the underlying problem or the underlying cause of those issues. So it's worth taking a listen to this information. So one thing I want to say is also that your gut health can be affected by a lot of environmental things. So it could be a lot of factors that play into an unhealthy gut. So that one of the factors that you can control is your diet. So that's why it's so important to make sure that you understand those foods that you can eat that can possibly help heal your gut. So I know you've heard people talk about the microbiome, which is inside of the gut. Everybody's microbiome is different. Yours is not like mine. Mine is not like yours. And so what works for me may not work for you, but it's worth taking a look at and taking a look at the information in terms of diet to see what can actually help you get better. So the first prebiotic that I want to share with you, which I eat a lot of every week, is flax seeds. Now, flax seeds is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, and you can bake with it. You can put it, in something like your salads, or I typically bake something with it. Like I make a flax seed pizza crust that I use. I use it as an egg substitute replacement in baking. I do eat a plant-based diet, so I use that as an egg substitute in baking. Now, a lot of people think that you should eat flax seeds whole. It's worthless. Don't do it. Your body cannot break down whole flax seeds. They have to be ground in order for your body to use it. So if you're buying things that has whole flax seeds on the outside or that type of thing, all you're going to do is you're going to eliminate that through as waste. Your body's not going to absorb the nutritional value from it. So you can use flax seeds for a lot of different things. Again, I consume a lot of it every week. It takes an adjustment. I make pancakes out of it, waffles out of it. But it does take an adjustment in terms of you using that as the sole base of a meal or something that you're cooking versus using it as a binder, because if you let flax seeds sit in water, it becomes thick, kind of gelatinous. So that's why you can use it as an egg replacement in plant-based cooking. So flaxseed is the number one prebiotic that I want to share with you. So you can buy flax seeds whole and you can grind them yourself, or you can buy them already ground in a bag, and I typically buy a large bag of those. And you have to be careful with flax seeds because they can go rancid. So I would suggest that you make sure you either store them in a cool area, or if you know you're not going to eat them on a regular basis, take them and put them in a freezer bag and just set it inside your freezer. That way that you know you're making sure that they actually stay fresh. So the second prebiotic that I want to share with you is okra. Now, I know a lot of people have a love-hate or a hate relationship with okra, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I know when my mother used to cook okra, it puts you off because of that slimy texture that you see, the kind of slime when you see someone pulling it apart when they're cooking it, and that's what's the difference. It makes a difference on how you actually prepare it. I typically saute mine and kind of pan fry it, if you will, or if I'm not making a soup of some kind, I can eat it that way. But one thing I also want to say about okra, depending on what area of the world you're in, it can be hard to find. You can buy it frozen or you can buy it fresh. Either option you can do. For convenience, you can buy it frozen. So if you're a person who does not like okra, hashtag down in the comments, okra is not my friend. Now, one of the things that I want to say about okra is this. Some people love it, some people hate it. So that's why I'm giving you a few different options. But okra is something, okra or artichokes, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, are two vegetables that I try to get in every day if possible, because of the prebiotic fiber and how well my body responds to it. So if you can, I know if you just don't like something, you just don't like it. But if you were like me, because of how my mother used to prepare it, I had a disdain for okra until I started preparing it myself. So I don't boil mine because that makes the sliminess even greater. But I pan saute it, or kind of like pan sear it almost, or I will put it inside of a soup of some kind, and that way you kind of avoid that stickiness. I do like fried okra, so breaded okra I do like, but I'm not talking about that today. But if you've tried it in the past and you just don't like it, and you just say, hey, this texture doesn't work, I get it, because there's just some things we just don't like. But if you've tried it and someone has cooked it a certain way, and you may say, well, I'm gonna pan sear it, I'm gonna try it, I would suggest you do it and just try different seasonings on it. But nevertheless, I'm going to give you a couple different options. So just like I mentioned earlier about artichokes, I try to eat either okra or artichokes every day. Now, artichokes can be tricky. I either buy them frozen, I buy them in the can. I buy them fresh. I have bought them fresh a couple times, but I don't have a lot of success in terms of cooking and really getting the heart of the artichoke out. So I haven't had a lot of success in that. So artichokes, you can, like I said, you can buy them fresh or you can buy them frozen. You can buy them in the can. This is something, again, just like the okra, I just pan sear it, or I chop it up and put it on top of a salad. So it's a couple different options. You can do that same thing with okra. But these are great sources of prebiotic fiber. So it's really good for the gut. And as with okra, artichokes have really responded well with my system. I see a huge change when I consume both of those. I try to make sure that I consume either one or both of those each and every day. So that's my vegetable, and that's one of the ways that I get those two in. I like them, I enjoy them. I hope that you will give them a shot and see what you think. So the next prebiotic that I wanted to share with you is jicama. Now, jicama is a cross between an apple and a potato. Now, I'm gonna be honest, jicama is one that I do like. It doesn't taste bad or anything like that, but I haven't found, outside of eating it raw, I haven't found the right way to cook it, so to speak. So what I typically do is I take it and I chop it up really fine and small, and I may put it on top of a salad. I have cut it up into like matchsticks, and I'm eating it that way. Now, I tried to make jicama fries by baking them. It was a little too soft and flimsy for me. I didn't like it like that. Some people say that they pan fry it and sear it. I didn't quite like the taste that way either. So I've kind of just stuck to eating it raw and maybe chopping it up real fine and put it on top of something. That way it does have a bite like an apple to me. It has a bite like an apple. It really is not sweet and it's not sour. It's just a little different. But jicama is another great source of prebiotic fiber that you can use. Now, depending on, you've seen jicama. Jicama kind of puts you in the mind probably of a coconut, but not as dark. Maybe even, yeah, maybe like a coconut, but not even as dark. But if you want to try them, I think some of the stores now even have them pre-packaged for you. I would say buy it fresh, but get one that's very small, maybe like the size of an apple if you can find it, and try it. Just cut a piece of it and taste it and see what you think. It's a little different. Like I said, it doesn't really have a strong taste either way. It's not too sweet, it's not too sour. Just try it and see what you think. Your gut will thank you for it later. So guys, I want you to stay tuned for the accompanying video to this one, which is all about probiotics. So I hope this was not too jumbly, but it was just really just trying to give you some information if you're having gut issues, which I know so many people suffer from gut issues. So give yourself an opportunity to learn more if you're having gut issues and things of that nature. If you, IBS is the catchword that most people say, but if you're having those types of problems, give yourself an opportunity to try something different, do something different that your body will thank you for. It will pay you over and over again for years to come. So if you like this video, make sure you comment, you like, and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification of future videos. And again, I said stay tuned and watch out for the next video, which is on probiotics. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I look forward to chatting with you soon in the comments. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. So if you made it to this point in the video, I just want to say thank you, but I really want to impress the importance of really taking care of your gut. I think people don't really share this information enough. I know so many people who have dismissed their symptoms of irregularity or bloating, digestion, and it has led to stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, and those types of things. And so it is in our best interest to take care of our bodies the best way that we possibly can. And a lot of times it's really, we do this by learning something totally different and getting out of our comfort zone. So please make sure that you may consider some of these prebiotics and the probiotics that I'm going to share in the next video. Stay tuned for future uploads on how to better improve your health. And I hope that this encourage you to see your health and the priority of it in a different way. Take care.